What's up, subs? So, first off, don't mind my voice. I lost my voice. In this live, I wanted to just invite subs. I really appreciate everything you guys do. And, you know, I do a lot of spiritual sessions in the morning, but I thought that I would just kind of dive deeper with just subs only today and just kind of look into the question of, one that I asked myself initially to get started on this journey, right? Is why am I here? So I want to start with that, and I hope subs you enjoy it. I really appreciate everything you guys do for me, and let's kick it off. So welcome. Oh, well, hi, Tribad Ham. Welcome. Good morning. Thanks for joining. So hopefully you like, this live that's just meant for the subs only. I'm really stoked to do it for you guys. But yeah, the question of, why am I here? What's going on? So first, everyone needs to know. Good morning. Everyone needs to know you've lived multiple lives. This is not your first go around. We've been here before, we've done it before, and we're going to continue to do it again if we want to, because the choice is ours. Because reincarnation is a process of starting from the lowest level thing and working yourself up to the higher level thing, which is human, okay? And when you reincarnate as a human, that means you've already lived other lives as either plants. Actually, it literally starts as like fungi, plants, animals, human, goes up as you continue up on the path. And as you finally got to human, you've lived all of these other lives and you've had all of these other experiences, and you already have learned so much. And every time you reincarnate, the choice and the truth, everything you're trying to do is just learn and grow and experience and continue down that evolutionary cycle. Okay, so you've already done multiple lives. So I know a lot of the religions, at least the one that I was in when I was growing up, and I'm not religious, I'm not in a religion, but Tribad Ham, they will make you think that this is your first go around, right? That you don't even know what the heck you're doing. This is your first go around. You've never done this before, right? Like, YOLO, you only live once. That's not true. You've lived so many lives. You guys, so many lives. We are extremely smart and extremely experienced individuals, all right? So like I said, once you've gone up that cycle of reincarnating as first plant, then animal, now you're finally human, most of us have already lived our human lives for a long time, okay? We've been other humans. A lot of us have been each other, okay? We're all the same thing. We all stem from the same core. It's a godlike thing. That's what's going on here. It kind of just split us all into experiential balls of doing different stuff. So I've lived lives before as other humans. You've lived lives before as other humans, and now you're living a life now as this human, okay? But you're an experienced thing. You're a creator. You came here to create. You came here to experience creation. And it's a weird thing that happens when we first wake up into what I like to call like this video game. Sorry, I'm not going live together. This is a sub only live. I'm not going live with others. But welcome. Appreciate everyone for being here. But subs, this is for you. You wake up in this world, and the reason it's so hard for human babies to live and be alive is because we've already been it's the higher part of the reincarnation cycle. We have to rely on the relationships of others around us. So before we started to come into this life, we already agreed on which relationships we were going to allow in. So we were like, look, we're going to this mom and this dad, and they're going to birth us. And then I'm going to do this, this, and this, right? Like all these things we chose way before we got here, guys, like way before we got here. And you knew that the parents that you were choosing would allow you to be raised and then grow into a child, right? Like make it from baby to childhood and then into adulthood if you're an adult right now. You already knew that. It's not a shock to you that your parents fed you enough to keep you here, right? Or you didn't die in a car wreck and here you are. Everything happens for a reason, and you already knew that before you came into this body in this life, okay? And you're ready for it. You're excited about it, and you're ready for it. So just know that first step one is reincarnation. When you wake up in this life, you've already been here before. There's tons of lives you've already lived. Like, here you go, okay? Now it's just the process of remembering, all right? So remember first off. Now, the reincarnation cycle is up to you. It's all up to you. People are like, who am I going to reincarnate into? I don't know. That's your soul's decision. It's your decision. You figure that out, and it depends on where you are in that reincarnation evolutionary process, because you chose to be here. Remember, you weren't just thrown in here. You have a purpose to be here, and you're like, okay, what am I doing? What's my thing? So if you've lived a life as a serial killer in one life, and you've learned the lesson of killing and you understand what that's like, you'll live another life of a next better thing, okay? We start from the scum and work our way up on the evolutionary cycle, you guys. So I know a lot of you probably aren't going to like to hear that, but that's how it works. So like I said, you start as a little scum, you lived the life as the crappiest person you can think of, and then you kept working your way up and working your way up to live lives that you thought were of higher value to you spiritually and would teach you more things spiritually, on a spiritual level, okay? And it's your soul's reason for being here. You come to Earth to experience things. You come to Earth to learn, and you teach yourself. You are relying on others to be there and have agreed with you in a spiritual contract level that they're going to act in a certain way on their journey, and it's going to impact you on a certain way on your journey. Okay, you've already agreed to all of that, and everything changes. There's like a million different scenarios of what could happen. Okay, so we're like these smart, super smart beings. We wake up, we're in these like super smart robotic forms that they call bodies. We go to sleep. We wake up as these super smart forms that we call spirit. All right, even smarter. Like spirit is God, universe, true self, higher self, future self, whatever you call it. Okay, it doesn't matter, but that's you. You're waking up while your body's sleeping. Okay, body is asleep. You're waking up and you're like, yo, you're scheming. You're like, that was awesome. All right, for tomorrow, I've got plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, all the way down. And you're like working with all your people to figure it out. It's kind of like when people play those video games, right? And then they're planning for the next time they're going to play the game, or something. So that's what we're doing. And then you come back into the body and you're like, whoop, let's go, but you don't remember. The hardest part about Earth is like you don't remember. You wake up and you're wiped. Your slate is wiped clean. In religion, like a lot of religious texts and things, your slate is wiped clean. Well, it's because it's a challenge to get to that next level, you guys. It's like not meant to be easy. It was never meant to be easy, and that's why some people will be like Sisyphus. If you're familiar with some of the old philosophy, Western philosophy, Sisyphus will roll that freaking ball up that hill over and over and over and over again until Sisyphus chooses to step out of the way and just let the ball go. Like, let's go, Hey Cheyenne, welcome, good morning. Sorry, it's a sub only live. I love you guys so much, but I want to just send extra love to my subs today. But thanks for joining. I love you guys. Thanks. But anyway, so it's really your choice. And so everyone's incarnation cycle or reincarnation cycle is all up to them. All right. So I said this at the beginning and there weren't the same people on maybe, but we start off as plants. We first come into the life, okay, and we reincarnate in plant. After you've mastered your plant incarnation cycle, then you incarnate into animal, lower level animal, which would be, and I say lower level animal and they're really not, but you have to go through the animal process. Maybe you start as jellyfish, right? And you work your way up from there to these more like higher level beings, and then eventually we're allowed to be a human, okay? And then as you're human, again, like I said to you guys before, you start off as the lowest scum human and you work your way up into being a better and better person, okay? So if you're not killing people, good job. You've mastered that level and you are good to go. You won't regress in the next life and have to give yourself that regression activity. So yeah, it's really cool stuff as we learn more and more and more. So I'm going to move on to after incarnating multiple times. So keep that in mind, you guys. Like, it's all a process of incarnation. You can access like the past lives and stuff that you've lived and learned, like all these different things that you've learned. It's all kept in your little subconscious, or that God spark in you that goes back to the ultimate God or the universe or the higher self, true self, whatever. You can access all that information. As soon as your body like kind of passes from this life, your soul goes back, takes all the information that it got, brings it back to the hub, which is the God form, true light, everything. And then the hub's just learned so much more and been able to like disperse so much more information to its entire self as the ripple effect goes down. So let me like kind of dive into that a little more. That was kind of a lot. So what I've learned, at least how I understand it, is there's one ball, like glowing ball of light, spirit, God, universe, true self, higher self, whatever, okay? It splits itself into like every form possible, which is human, you know, Janae, I'm Janae, right? You're Tommy, Michael, whatever, okay? Try hard ham, bad ham, right? You're my sub here right now. You're all these different things, but we all have within us a particular God spark, a piece of the universe where we're able to split it out and learn what we need to learn on this like crazy path that we all call lives. So now we're all living billions of lives. This really, really smart globe thing has now transferred out to be these billions of different lives it's living. And then as it's living the lives, the information's always like, you know, connected with the hub, and the hub's learning more and more, which is making everyone else's lives better and better because we're all part of the hub. So then like every time one person gets better, everyone else in the hub gets better. The lives you live get better and better. I mean, it's all a huge, massive learning process, okay? And so you have within you a specific part of the hub that is just yours, right? It's just your spark. It's your God. It's your true self, your higher self, whatever. It's the thing that you're able to access to be able to guide you throughout this life and make sure you're on your right track. And just to let you know, you're always on the right track. Like everything you're doing right now is exactly what you're supposed to be doing because you're guided by the smartest thing in the world. Like you can think of it whatever you want, guys. Universe, true self, higher self, doesn't matter. You're guided by that, so you're always doing the right thing. So don't forget about that. But remember, as you're going through, it's going to seem like you have no idea what you're doing, all right? Because you have to trust. The Bible and Book of Mormon in some cultures, they are a roadmap of how to do it, but it's been coerced, okay? It's been coerced into making people think that their true power doesn't lie within them and lies within a God thing. Well, here's what happened with that. A group of people started to incarnate, okay, over and over again into the same families, because they realized as they started to live their lives, once you get higher up into the enlightenment level, you realize like, oh shoot, I can choose where I want to incarnate right now. Oh shoot, all right, if I go back to that same family, and if you're like got low level intentions like a lower level being, then you're going to be thinking of all the like control you can get on people and the bad things you can do. It's part of it, guys. So they started to incarnate over and over and over and over again to the same families, and all these same families started like reaping control and suppressing the people and making it difficult for the people to move forward and like difficult for the people to go down this experiential path. Like it just got really difficult on Earth because all of a sudden a group of people kind of started like messing up the game, like kind of cheating on the game. Well, those of us who were like incarnated already and had incarnated and kind of like past Earth's life, that we were just like, sweet, we passed Earth, cool, now we're gonna go fly around and check out all the other planets and stuff that God beings do, right? Because we're spirit beings when we're not in form, which is body. And we're just checking it all out and different things. And it's quite amazing that we were all just like called back here to be like, stop that. We're not doing this anymore. It's not happening. Like, give people time to evolve. Let's allow people to evolve. And it all comes from this state of love, you guys. When you look into all of these different, stories of how we got here and how we came here, which I can kind of talk about that in another video because I'm only on for another 15 minutes today. But when you start looking into that, you can see how the manipulation started to occur and how it started to happen. And a lot of it is going to be splitting off into the factions that we talk about, the different groups that make people fight against one another. And as they're fighting against one another, they're not focusing on themselves. As they're super, super busy, they're not focusing on themselves. And it turned in from a world that got really difficult to excel on Earth, okay? And so we all are coming in here, and the goal is to be able to spread the light. First, wake up, which is the hardest thing. Sometimes, honestly, the hardest thing is first you're supposed to wake up, and then you're supposed to be like, okay, now what's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing here? How can I help? And what can I provide? Because the step one, in order to keep going up the levels of personal growth, personal attainment, enlightenment, these higher stages that you hear people talk about in all the written works and in all the documents that you find, right? And even drawings on the cave walls of pharaohs and cave walls, pyramid walls of pharaohs and different things like that. They're talking about enlightenment, that thing around Christ's head, the circular halo or the light around his head. It's an enlightenment because you're now able to control it. And I say this all the time for subs that are on with me. It's like the Free Guy movie, right? The movie Free Guy. Well, it's exactly the same thing as the movie Free Guy. The enlightenment stage is when you're able to put on those sunglasses and start playing the game, okay? And you're not... there's different stages to enlightenment, and to be able to be like enlightened, that's you figured it out. You're able to create in like a second, because we have a part of when we come here, and part of what we learn when we play the game is we have what we've talked about in lots of other videos. You've got all the power in your subconscious mind to create anything you want, right? And your outward world is just a reflection of what's going on inwardly for you. So everyone is supposed to be exactly where they are, right? Everyone is chosen to be exactly where they are. It was your choice to be here. It was your choice to do everything. So as you learn that and know that and can understand that, then you're able to grow and like move on to those different higher levels. And once you have to, it's a hard acceptance though, because it's hard reality, right? Like no one wants to be knocked down by somebody and be like, this is what you suck at, right? And you should get better at it. And then you start to notice all your flaws because it's shadow work and it's working on things that habits you don't even know you have, right? And personality traits you don't even know that existed with you, but they're everywhere all over you, And as you start to fix all of that and make all of that kind of release, like be released from yourself, then you're able to gain those higher levels and move on to those teachings that will lead you closer to enlightenment. And so it's pretty sweet stuff, but that's why we're here. We've done it before. Reincarnation, like, I mean, it's all happened. And we're just this big group of players thinking it like that we're all trying to just keep going on the game and continue to go up and continue to rise and continue to come to a more enlightened level of knowledge and understanding. So it is just crazy stuff, you guys. And it's really, really cool. And if, as you go down your path and as you're going down your little journey and you're wondering to yourself, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be questioning and asking yourself those questions and then trying to answer those questions for yourself. And how do you answer those questions? Well, you start getting thoughts, right? And you start getting thoughts that come into your head, and we're all able to kind of like tune in to a certain radio station or whatever station we want, we're able to. And then once you're tuned in to that station, then you start getting the thoughts of that station, right? And they're going to start coming in and being ideas. They come in as ideas or they come in as questions. How do you know if your true self's talking to you, right? Or if God's talking to you? Well, you'll get like a little thought in your mind, like just a little, who knows, like maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that, And so you're really parsing through those thoughts and just trying to figure out what it is you need to be doing. And that's how you do it. It's an inward journey, not an external journey or anything from the outside. But the outside does have a lot of clues which lead you down your path and lead you down your cycle, and clues to how you're able to access the plan, right? Like more the plan that you've already set and pre-set up in your life before you even woke up. So I think people get stuck a lot on feeling that they're trapped here or forced to be here, or that they're just, why am I here? What's going on? And so then they always look to like that external source of religion. And I think that is a source at the beginning. And I think that it's a source that's good as long as you don't let it take away. Hey, Cheyenne. As long as you don't let it take away your power. Okay. But why religion was so easily given to us and why it's encouraged so much is because it takes away our power so quickly. And it takes away our power so easily. Okay. And it's because we're not able to really understand and listen in the way, because it's a fear state that you're first put in. It's scared. It's like, oh my gosh, God is going to like strike me down if I do not oh my gosh, if I'm not a good person, like, whoa, at pillar of salt time, I mean, it's one of those things that it's fearful. And right when you start operating on that fear-based lower level, it's almost impossible to start hearing the stuff you're supposed to be hearing on your channel, right? The thoughts that come in, the questions that come in, the things that are supposed to help you grow. If you're vibrating so low because you're in that fear state of religion or scared that you're not doing the right thing, you'll never get there. And so that's how they're able, because it's the little bit of the truth, okay? Like the truth is hidden in religions, you guys, and that's why it's so impactful and so powerful, and they see that. But once you can free yourself from the religion and realize, oh shoot, like God's inside me, and God's inside you, and God's inside you, and God's inside you, and what the heck is, wow. And look at all these things we can do. And okay, like I want to be good because I understand the benefit of being good. Like I'm not scared into being good. I don't feel like, if I don't be good, I'm not going to go to heaven, right? No. But if you want to be good, because you realize you get what you receive, you attract what you are, and you want good things in your life, right? When you realize it's not a fighting game, we don't have to fight each other for what we want. We can all do it together. We can all succeed. We can all win. We're not fighting for finite resources. That's actually not the reality, you guys. They want it to seem like that's the reality, but it's not the reality, okay? If we think it is, then it's going to become that. All right, and they understand the power of the brain and the power of the mind and the power of thought and the power of choices, and what just even thinking about one thing puts power to that thing, okay? Which is kind of, and I tell viewers this a lot, it's kind of scary for a second because you're like, whoa, and you really want to start monitoring your mind, okay? You want to monitor your mind. You want to monitor the thoughts that are coming into you, and you really want to monitor not only your actions, you guys, but your cyclical ideas that get you stuck, okay? If you're running by the same set of rules and you've been doing the same thing over and over again, Sisyphus, pushing that rock up that hill, maybe it's time to shake it up a little bit, okay? Change comes when we're uncomfortable. Do you know how many times I did not want to TikTok live? Do you know how many times I actually don't even like TikTok and social media in general? But you know what? I know it's able to give a comfort for me in my life, sell the things which are great for people, talk to people about real stuff. I found community of friends and people and just beings that are great, like just spirit beings that are awesome, light, just full of energy, full of love, full of like, it's growth, you guys. Growth is uncomfortable at first, okay? But if you know that you're here for bigger things, and you know and you're ready, once you've figured out why you're here and you're well aware of that, you just go. You're just like, well, here we go. Yeah, well, if I want to be that and I know that I am blank, well, then I got to go. I don't understand why I'm even questioning what the next step is. I got to do it, and I feel that all the time as I grow little things in my life and start down the journey and start down the avenue. You're just like, this, why am I doing this? Why am I just working a normal job like everybody else? Well, it's because I'm meant for higher things. I'm meant for greater things. I mean, if I'm taking life to the next level, and if I'm going to take life to the next level, then I got to be next level, and I can't be average. And if average people are working 9 to 5s, right, then I can't be doing that. And I got to figure out how not to be doing that, right? So once you know what you're here for and your purpose, and you will feel that as you start to do the day-to-day thoughts, right? And meditation is so good because you're able to just control your mind. Meditation's hard, guys. Start meditating first in the car. That's what I say to people when they're first starting out. That's how I started out. Start meditating first in the car, which means shut off the music. Just turn off the music, turn off anything you're listening to, and just sit there with yourself. Like, listen to the thoughts that are coming in your head. I don't know, are they your schedule first? Usually it's like worries and people's schedule and stuff like that. Hear those, but then just kind of like let them peace out, and then see what comes in next. And it's usually, if you can start dismissing the thoughts that are like the negative ones or the lower level replays. And if you join my live morning spiritual sessions, I'm going to do one tomorrow. But if you join those, we kind of talk about more how to silence those thoughts. And they're for everybody. They're not just subs only. So tomorrow morning's for everybody, but today was just subs only. So for everyone tomorrow, you can come in and join our spiritual live session. But it's really kind of figuring out how you go about taming that beast we call mind inside your head to be able to make that beast work for you. And that beast will bring you some cool toys. Like my dog bring me some sweet toys every now and then. Well, this beast, wait till you see what they will bring, because it's crazy. All right, so you got to tame it first and control your thoughts, control your emotions, okay? And then from there, see what comes in. You don't even have to try. You just have to hear it. And then the things that you're supposed to do, oh man, they're the ones that get you like really excited. They're the things that are like, okay, like I feel like I could do this without having to try hard. I feel like I want to do this without having to, it wouldn't feel like work to me. It would feel like fun. It would feel like play. It would feel like it's just exciting, okay? And the things that feel like that, that's towards your life goal. That's towards your soul's journey. That's your soul giving you the clue, hey, yeah, I like that. All right, like they're inside you and they're like, hey, no, yeah, turn back around. That's the thing I like. And they're strong enough and they know you so well. The thing inside you, the godlike thing, being human, future self, true self, higher self, whatever you want to call it. They know you so well that they're easily able to shift you into the right direction again, and kind of move you and meander you down your path. So you don't have to worry about that. You're being guided by the smartest thing, the most ultimate thing ever. Now you just need to shut up and listen to it. All right? That's what I like to say a lot to myself. Just shut up and listen. Like, I talk too much. What's going on? Why am I talking so much? Just shut up. Listen. All right? Because we're supposed to silence everything, going in a place that's by ourselves, all right? And then just learn from what's going on here, okay? So it's all kind of written in the books that we've studied in some sort of religious text, but they're not telling you the right way to do it, and they're not telling you what it really means, okay? They're trying to keep you trapped, by following this thing that is scary. Oh, gosh. Oh, if I don't follow you, I'm going to not go to heaven. Heaven and hell are right here. Where are you living? Okay, do you live in heaven or do you live in hell? I don't know. I live in heaven. My life's great. And I want you to have a great life. Let's go. Stop with all the negativity and fear and am I going to get there? Be there. Feel it. Feel good now. Forgive yourself. Forgive everyone around you because they've all agreed with you on your soul's journey before you woke up today to do exactly what they did. It's for your own growth. It's for their own growth. It's for growth of the entire whole of God, universe, true self, higher self, whatever you want to call it, future self, whatever it is. Okay? So start living with that understanding. All right? And if you can live with that understanding, you guys, then you just go. You just go. It's no longer a question. It's like, oh yeah, I got to do this because I am this. Boom. Boom shakalaka. So once you can start trusting, and that's where that idea of faith comes in all these spiritual texts. Once you can start trusting, there really is a faith thing. It's just like, yeah, okay, so God's inside me, my own personal God, who's the ultimate, knows me exactly well. I'll never be on the wrong path. I'm always doing the exact right thing that I should be doing to be evolutionarily better than I was before. All right, then you just go. I mean, it's a crazy thing. So we talked about a lot of things today, you guys. I'm hopping off here because 8:30 I was done. But tomorrow, for all people that are not subs, it's a live spiritual session for everybody. It won't be a subscriber only, so please join us. It's tomorrow morning, usually around 7:30, 8 a.m. Central Time. I don't like to put a timestamp on it. But yeah, follow me, join me. It's going to be a great time. And thank you so much. Thank you, subs. Again, I really appreciate it. Subs get all sorts of behind-the-scene footage, videos, and all sorts of live-only sessions. I always take their comments first when we're on live because usually we've got a big crowd and it's a lot of fun. So I wanted to do just live for the subs only, and I will do more, but tomorrow's is for everybody. So thank you guys for joining. Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow, if that means anything to you. Spread the love for everyone, and good luck and good health.